Lila stared at the makeshift bed. It wasn't ideal, just a mattress thrown onto the floor of their small vacation cabin, but it was all they had. The storm had made it impossible to leave, and their parents, blissfully unaware of any discomfort, were already asleep in the room next door. Her stepbrother, Ethan, set down his phone and gave her a half smile. "Guess we're stuck with this," he said, gesturing to the cramped space. "Looks like it," she muttered, avoiding his gaze. Lila and Ethan had been step-siblings for a year now, ever since their parents had gotten married. They weren't close. Their interactions were mostly surface level, punctuated by occasional awkwardness. It wasn't hostility, just the hesitancy that came from being thrust into each other's lives without much say in the matter. As the rain hammered against the windows, they lay down, separated by an invisible line drawn down the middle of the mattress. "You don't snore, do you?" Ethan asked, breaking the silence. "Not that I know of," Lila replied, rolling her eyes. "You?" "No, but I steal blankets," he said, grinning. "Well, you're not getting mine," she shot back, hugging her blanket tightly. For a while, they lay in silence, each lost in their own thoughts. The storm outside grew louder, and a sudden crash of thunder made Lila jump. "You okay?" Ethan asked, his tone softening. "Yeah, just storms aren't really my thing," she admitted. "Same," he said. "When I was a kid, I used to hide under the covers whenever it thundered. My mom said it was like the sky was just really angry." Lila chuckled. "That's one way to think about it. My dad used to say it was the clouds playing bumper cars." They laughed, the sound easing the tension between them. As the night wore on, they started sharing more, small things at first, like their favorite movies and embarrassing childhood stories. But as the conversation deepened, they found themselves opening up about the challenges of blending their families, the fears they hadn't voiced to anyone else, and the unspoken hopes for what their new family could become. By the time the storm began to subside, the invisible line between them had faded. "You're not so bad," Lila said, smiling. "Neither are you," Ethan replied. As they drifted off to sleep, the shared space felt less like an inconvenience and more like the beginning of something new, a bond that might not have formed if not for a storm and a shared bed.